Let's dive into a moment that's got tongues wagging and social media buzzing. We're talking about a recent encounter between U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni in the heart of Rome. Now, this wasn't just your run-of-the-mill diplomatic meet and greet. This had a dash of humor, a sprinkle of cultural exchange, and a whole lot of political undertones. To understand the context, we need to remember that international relations are a delicate dance. Every word, every gesture, is scrutinized, especially in today's hyper-connected world. So, when J.D. Vance, during his Easter visit to Rome, made a comment about the Italian language, it was bound to catch attention. Here's the gist. Vance, while praising the beauty of the Italian language, quipped that Prime Minister Meloni could have called me a jerk, and I wouldn't know. This lighthearted remark, made during a photo opportunity with the press present, quickly spread like wildfire across news outlets and social media platforms. Now, on the surface, it seems like a harmless joke, a bit of self-deprecating humor to ease the atmosphere. Vance even followed up by saying Italian is the most beautiful language imaginable, which seemed to be a genuine compliment. However, in the realm of diplomacy, even jokes can carry weight and be interpreted in various ways. This meeting took place against an interesting backdrop. Prime Minister Meloni had recently visited the White House, signaling the continued importance of the relationship between the United States and Italy. Italy remains a key ally in Europe and the Mediterranean, and discussions between leaders often involve critical issues ranging from trade to international security. Vance's visit also included a stop at the Vatican, adding a layer of cultural and religious significance to his trip. This Easter visit wasn't solely about political discussions. It was also about acknowledging shared values and traditions. But let's circle back to the joke. Why did it resonate so much? Perhaps it was the unexpected nature of the comment, the informal tone in a formal setting. Or maybe it was the inherent humor in the idea of being complimented or insulted in a language you don't understand. Whatever the reason, it sparked a conversation, and as we know, in the world of news and social media, a conversation is all it takes for a story to take off. So, as we delve deeper into this seemingly simple exchange, we'll explore the reactions, the potential interpretations, and what it might tell us about the dynamics of international diplomacy in the 21st century. Was it just a bit of awkward humor? Or was there something more to unpack? Stay with us as we explore this intriguing moment. So, the joke's out there and the media cycle kicks into high gear. News outlets, both in the US and Italy, pick up the story, and social media platforms become a battleground for opinions. Some folks found Vance's comment amusing, a relatable moment of cultural awkwardness. Others, however, saw it as a potential diplomatic faux pas, a sign of disrespect or cultural insensitivity. The Italian media, in particular, had a field day. Headlines ranged from playful to critical, depending on the publication's political leaning. Some outlets highlighted the humor, emphasizing the light-hearted nature of the exchange. Others, especially those critical of Meloni's right-wing government, used the moment to portray Vance as an uncouth American, unaware of the nuances of Italian culture. Now, it's important to remember that humor is subjective. What one person finds funny, another might find offensive. And in the context of international relations, where cultural sensitivities are paramount, even the slightest misstep can be magnified. The social media reactions were equally diverse. American commentators debated whether Vance's joke was a harmless icebreaker or an example of American arrogance abroad. Some defended Vance, arguing that he was simply trying to build rapport with Prime Minister Meloni. Others criticized him for potentially trivializing a meeting with a key international leader. Italian social media users also chimed in with their own perspectives. Many appreciated the humor and didn't see any offense in Vance's remark. Some even joked back, suggesting phrases Meloni could have used. However, a vocal minority expressed displeasure, viewing the comment as disrespectful to the Italian language and culture. Interestingly, Prime Minister Meloni's reaction seemed to be one of amusement. News reports indicated that she smiled and appeared to take the comment in stride. Her response, or lack thereof in terms of public condemnation, likely played a role in preventing the situation from escalating into a full-blown diplomatic incident. This incident also highlights the role of language in international relations. While English has become a dominant language in global politics and business, linguistic differences can still create barriers and opportunities for miscommunication, or in this case, lighthearted humor. Vance's acknowledgement of his lack of Italian proficiency, while delivered as a joke, also underscored the reality that even high-ranking officials often rely on translators and interpreters in their international dealings. Furthermore, this event occurred during a period of significant geopolitical shifts. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine, economic uncertainties, and debates about the future of the European Union are all pressing issues that demand close cooperation between the US and Italy. In this context, a seemingly minor joke takes on a larger significance, as every interaction between leaders is scrutinized for signs of alignment or discord. So, was Vance's joke a big deal? Perhaps not in the grand scheme of international affairs, but it did offer a glimpse into the human side of diplomacy, the potential for humor to bridge cultural gaps, and the ever-present risk of misinterpretation in a multilingual world. It also served as a reminder of how quickly a seemingly innocuous comment can travel and generate debate in the digital age. To really grasp the significance of J.D. Vance's interaction with Giorgia Meloni, we need to zoom out and look at the broader picture of US-Italian relations. This relationship is deeply rooted in history, culture, and strategic interests. Italy, as a founding member of the European Union and a key player in the Mediterranean, has long been a crucial ally for the United States. The ties between the two nations extend beyond political and economic cooperation. They are also built on a foundation of cultural exchange, with millions of Americans tracing their roots back to Italy. Italian art, cuisine, and fashion have had a profound influence on American culture, and vice versa. In recent years, the relationship has been marked by both continuity and change. Prime Minister Meloni's rise to power, with her right-wing political background, has added a new dimension to this dynamic. The US has maintained a pragmatic approach, seeking to build on existing cooperation while also navigating potential differences in policy. Italy's strategic location in the Mediterranean makes it a vital partner for the US in addressing regional security challenges. Issues such as migration, counterterrorism, and energy security are high on the agenda for both countries. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has also underscored the importance of transatlantic unity and cooperation. Economic ties between the US and Italy are also significant. Trade and investment flow in both directions, supporting jobs and economic growth in both countries. Italian companies have a strong presence in the US, particularly in sectors such as manufacturing and design. Against this backdrop, cultural exchanges play a crucial role in fostering understanding and goodwill between the two nations. These exchanges can take many forms, from academic partnerships and artistic collaborations to diplomatic visits and informal interactions like the one we're discussing. J.D. Vance's visit to Rome, with its blend of political meetings and cultural immersion, exemplifies this multifaceted approach. His stop at the Vatican, for example, highlighted the shared religious heritage between many Americans and Italians. The Vatican's role as a global spiritual leader adds a unique dimension to the relationship between the US and Italy. The humor involved in the exchange also highlights the importance of human connection in diplomacy. While formal meetings and official statements are essential, personal interactions can help build rapport and trust between leaders. A lighthearted joke, even if it carries the risk of misinterpretation, can sometimes break down barriers and create a more relaxed atmosphere. However, as we've seen, cultural differences and linguistic nuances can also create challenges. In a world where every word is scrutinized, diplomats must be mindful of the potential for miscommunication. This incident serves as a reminder of the need for cultural sensitivity and clear communication in international relations. Looking ahead, the US-Italian relationship is likely to remain a key pillar of transatlantic cooperation. Both countries share a commitment to democratic values, economic prosperity, and international security. As they navigate the complex challenges of the 21st century, cultural exchanges and personal interactions will continue to play a vital role in strengthening their partnership. When J.D. Vance made his lighthearted comment about the Italian language, it wasn't just a moment of cultural exchange. It was also a moment that was instantly filtered through the lens of American politics. In the highly polarized environment of U.S. political discourse, even seemingly innocuous remarks can become fodder for partisan debate. Vance, a Republican senator known for his outspoken views and close ties to the populist wing of the party, has become a prominent figure in American politics. His comments in Rome were quickly seized upon by political pundits and commentators, each offering their own interpretation. For some on the right, Vance's joke was seen as a refreshing display of authenticity. In a world of carefully crafted political statements, his off-the-cuff humor was viewed as a sign of relatability, a way of connecting with ordinary Americans. Some commentators argued that his remarks demonstrated a down-to-earth approach to diplomacy, a departure from the perceived stuffiness of traditional political elites. However, critics on the left saw Vance's comments in a different light. They argued that his joke was insensitive and disrespectful, a reflection of American arrogance and a lack of cultural awareness. Some commentators accused him of perpetuating stereotypes about Americans' lack of linguistic proficiency and cultural sensitivity. The timing of Vance's comments also played a role in shaping their political interpretation. With the 2024 presidential election looming, every public appearance by a prominent political figure is scrutinized for signs of their political positioning. Vance's visit to Rome and his interaction with Prime Minister Meloni were seen as opportunities to gauge his foreign policy views and his potential role in a future Republican administration. The incident also highlighted the ongoing debate about the role of humor in politics. In an era of social media and instant communication, politicians are under increasing pressure to connect with voters on a personal level. Humor can be a powerful tool for building rapport and conveying messages, but it also carries the risk of misinterpretation and backlash. The debate over Vance's comments also reflected broader divisions within American society. Issues such as cultural sensitivity, linguistic diversity, and the role of the United States in the world are often viewed through partisan lenses. Vance's supporters saw his joke as a harmless attempt at connection, while his critics saw it as a symptom of a larger problem. Furthermore, his connection to the populist wing of the Republican Party adds an extra layer of context. This wing often focuses on an America First mindset that some people can interpret as being dismissive of foreign cultures. Therefore, any comment that can be taken as flippant will be seized on by his political opposition. The reactions to Vance's comments also underscored the power of social media in shaping public opinion. In the digital age, a single joke can quickly spread across the globe, generating a whirlwind of commentary and debate. The speed and reach of social media have transformed the way political events are perceived and interpreted. In the end, Vance's joke became a Rorschach test, with different people seeing different things. Some saw a moment of lightheartedness, others saw a sign of cultural insensitivity. But regardless of one's interpretation, the incident served as a reminder of the complex interplay between politics, culture, and communication in the 21st century. So, what can we learn from J.D. Vance's interaction with Giorgia Meloni? Beyond the immediate headlines and social media buzz, this incident offers some valuable insights into the complexities of modern diplomacy and cultural exchange. First and foremost, it underscores the importance of cultural sensitivity in international relations. In a globalized world where leaders from diverse backgrounds interact regularly, understanding and respecting cultural differences is paramount. While humor can be a powerful tool for building rapport, it must be used with caution, especially in cross-cultural settings. Language, as we've seen, plays a crucial role in shaping perceptions and interactions. Even a seemingly innocuous joke can be misinterpreted if it's not delivered with sensitivity and awareness. This incident serves as a reminder of the need for diplomats to be mindful of linguistic nuances and cultural contexts. Furthermore, the rapid dissemination of information in the digital age has transformed the landscape of diplomacy. Social media and online news outlets can amplify even the smallest remarks, turning them into global talking points. This underscores the need for politicians and diplomats to be especially careful about their public pronouncements. The incident also highlights the ongoing debate about the role of authenticity in politics. In an era of carefully crafted messages and polished public images, some voters are drawn to politicians who appear genuine and relatable. J.D. Vance's off-the-cuff humor, while potentially risky, may have resonated with some Americans who are tired of political platitudes. However, the incident also serves as a cautionary tale about the potential pitfalls of informality in diplomacy. While building personal connections is essential, leaders must also maintain a level of professionalism and decorum, especially when interacting with foreign counterparts. Looking ahead, this incident may prompt diplomats and political figures to be more mindful of their public statements, particularly when engaging with foreign leaders. It may also lead to greater emphasis on cultural sensitivity training and language education for those involved in international relations. Moreover, the incident can be seen as a microcosm of the larger challenges facing U.S. foreign policy. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, the United States must navigate a complex web of cultural, political, and economic relationships. This requires a nuanced approach that balances national interests with respect for cultural diversity. Ultimately, J.D. Vance's joke, while seemingly minor, provided a valuable lesson in the complexities of modern diplomacy. It highlighted the importance of cultural sensitivity, the power of language, and the challenges of communicating in a globalized world. It also served as a reminder that even in the high-stakes world of international relations, human connection and humor can play a significant role. So while the headlines may fade and the social media buzz may subside, the lessons from this incident will likely linger, prompting reflection and discussion about the delicate art of diplomacy in the 21st century. And that, folks, is the story of a joke that traveled across the Atlantic and sparked a global conversation.